bringing y'all the TTTTT. But today we're just going to chill. And oh, I've gathered a lot of information, I've retrieved a lot of information, but we're just going to go over a few different things. But like the videos, you guys come in, subscribe to the page. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting. Happy New Year's to all. I hope everyone is enjoying their new year. There's actually been a lot going on within this new year. Everyone's seen the different hot topics regarding celebrities. Um, Everyone's seen it. So we're just going to get into things. Allow me a few seconds to get into my disclaimer. It takes people a few minutes to come in. See, so they have their notifications. I can always tell when people do have their notifications on because they pull in. But since I haven't been live and I didn't really go live a lot for the weekend either, just doing me, having a good old time. So, like the videos, you guys come in. Definitely hit subscribe and like because you got to help me get back into the algorithm. And then I don't know if I'm gonna be going live for the next week and a half. So it is what it is. But thanks for being here, everyone. Let me go ahead and do my disclaimer. Thanks for being here. Let's get into a few hot topics, trending topics. Like I said, we're not going to do anything major today, or I'm not doing too many deep dives today. I'm just live because I need to just to get myself back into the algorithm. So let me go ahead and do my disclaimer. All comments are alleged, period. Copyright disclaimer. Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Okay, well, let me see. Like the videos, you guys come in. Like the videos, you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna just leave it. Please hold on. I don't know if this is stuck. Hold on. Please like the video. Thanks for being here, everyone. Yes, I'm back. Just doing a quick live. Let's go ahead and listen to what he had to say. Many people were wondering what was going on, and I did a short regarding it.
Crazy. They put a little tiny thing like this little thing. And my wife, by the way, my wife hates when I do this. She said, she's a very classy person, right? She said, it's so unpresidential. I said, but I did become president. She hates when I dance. I said, everybody wants me to dance. Darling, it's not presidential. She actually said, could you imagine FDR dancing? She said that to me. And I said, there's a long history that perhaps she doesn't know. Because he was an elegant fellow, even as a Democrat, right? He was the attack by Japan, he was quite elegant. But he wouldn't be doing this. But nor would too many others. But she says, darling, please, the weightlifting is terrible. And I have to say this, the dancing they really like. She said they don't like it, they're just being nice to you. I said, that's not right. The place goes crazy. They're screaming, dance, please. But the weightlifting, but no, the girl gets up. And you see, I want to be more, but I have somebody watching. I want to be more effusive. I want to really, when she gets in it,
What is happening?
Drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, have you lifted before? A little bit. And he walks up. He could have gone ding, 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 ding. I think it was 112 pounds, right? It's crazy. They put a little tiny thing like this little thing. And my wife, by the way, my wife hates when I do this. She said, she's a very classy person, right? She said, it's so unpresidential. I said, but I did become president. She hates when I dance. I said, everybody wants me to dance. Darling, it's not presidential. She actually said, could you imagine FDR dancing? She said that to me. And I said, there's a long history that perhaps she doesn't know. Because he was an elegant fellow, even as a Democrat, right? He was the attack by Japan, he was quite elegant. But he wouldn't be doing this. But nor would too many others. But she says, darling, please, the weightlifting is terrible. And I have to say this, the dancing they really like. She said they don't like it, they're just being nice to you. I said, that's not right. The place goes crazy. They're screaming, dance, please. But the weightlifting, but no, the girl gets up. And you see, I want to be more, but I have somebody watching. I want to be more effusive. I want to really, But she gets in it, and drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, have you lifted before? A little bit. And he walks up, he could have gone ding, 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 ding. I think it was 112 pounds, right? It's crazy. They put a little tiny thing like this, little thing. And
Okay.
my wife.
So that was trending yesterday. People are like, what the heck is going on? People have been talking about Trump. People have been talking about Cardi B and Tasha K. If you guys didn't see that. Like I said, we're just doing a few hot topics, trending topics. We're not going to get into anything major today. I'm just, like I said, it's kind of like a birthday celebration. Monique is talking in regards to people talking about her age.
Look good for your age. What's my age? Tell me my age. How old do you think I am? That's something I never understood. When they said don't ever ask a woman her age, and I was like, well, what's the secret? Like, why not? I am 58. I'm half 100 plus 8, and I say it with pride and honor. I'm glad I made it. Some of us did not.
And sometimes people will say, our skin is beautiful, and we don't really crack.
Look
We
good
don't.
for your age. What's my age? Tell me my age. How old do you think I am? That's something I never understood. When they said don't ever ask a woman her age, and I was like, well, what's the secret? Like, why not? I am 58. I'm half 100 plus 8, and I say it with pride and honor. I'm glad I made it.
Well, sometimes people just don't want to talk about their age. They just don't want to discuss it. Talk about what's going on. Talk about what they're doing. People, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes people don't want to have a discussion. So we're about to get into this discussion, though. Hold on one second. Like the video as y'all come in. Like the video as you guys come in. We're about to talk about this. Okay. So recently, let me hold on one second. Just give me a second. We'll talk Jamal Bryant and his wife. We'll talk about that, and then we'll get into the next subject. Okay, so many people have been talking about Jamal Bryant and his wife in regards to the dress. She's a beautiful woman. I believe the dress was worn at an event. It wasn't actually at the church. Here nor there. He knew what he put his wife in. Come on. He knew. I think Jamal likes to get a reaction out of people, and I think he likes to get a response out of people. So you have other wives that are wearing a dress, and other pastors that's asking their wives to stand up. Stand up, honey. Don't she look beautiful too? I wish I would say something to my wife. So sometimes these pastors like to trend and go viral. Even though he had stated that, they didn't want to pay attention to how much money we raised for the event, dot, 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 dot. So we'll play a clip. Hold on one second.
Before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir. People have said, oh, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I have a doctorate, I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do. And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you...
Don't get it twisted. They say she's very bright, very talented, and very educated. So you can't play with her mind. So Jamal Bryant said he bought the dress and she wore the dress. Now, would you wear the dress out to an event? Now, would you have put flesh color underneath or would you have put black underneath? Because there was a young lady that put black underneath and it did look amazing. Here nor there, she's a grown woman. She could do whatever she wants. We know in regards to the church, and don't get this twisted. There are some amazing churches out there and they're doing great things for the community. And there are some churches that are just take. They will try and get you in there for tax seasons, but there are amazing churches out there because I don't want people to think, well, I don't really care for. Grew up in it, know a lot of people in the industry in regards to churches and whatever, but as long as they're helping the community and people in need, that's the big thing. If you go back and look at Jamal Bryant and Giselle Bryant, she wore something similar. It was a pants outfit though, and it was kind of black with flesh color. He likes to trend to go viral. And this is the biggest thing. If you go back and see, that's what's different about my page. He was just on with his daughters, I want to say last week or the week before, and his daughters talked about his outfits, his relationship with this beautiful woman. They talked about a lot of things. The transition from the breakup, the transition from the marriage, how he dresses, and all his daughters had different opinions about him. And it was a really good interview. Go back and look at the interview between Jamal Bryant and his daughters. Believe it or not, I watched pretty much the whole thing outside of maybe 10 minutes of it. But it's interesting how him and Jamal Bryant relationship with his daughters. Now, let me go here because guess what? Jamal Bryant is something else. I'll show you how he is something else. Wait a minute. And it's something how I saw it. I told you my page is a little different. Let me see if I can find it. This guy, yes, it's right here. This guy is on his show and he's asking him if, how should I say it? Because I can't play it. He's giving himself kudos for being on the show with Giselle. If y'all don't know the story about Giselle and Jamal Bryant, he's making himself like he patting himself on the back for being a part of the show and hyping it up to where she wouldn't have a storyline without him. Basically, I was like, what? Look at what he's saying. In regards to, okay, it's almost like him and Giselle went through a lot, and many people are calling out: Is Jamal going to be here for this taping? Is Jamal going to come to you with this event? Is Jamal going to be there? Is Jamal going to be there? I gotta let y'all hear how arrogant this situation is. I hope I don't get in trouble by playing this clip, but I gotta play it because he a trip. He a trip. Hold on. I'm gonna play it.
Forgive your ex-wife when how did you forgive her? Forgive your ex-wife when she went on to a public stage. Yeah. I mean, fully aware of who you are in the earth. Yeah, you have to have
Hold on, because I gotta stop and play it. So hopefully I'll be okay.
A public stage. Yeah. I mean, fully aware of who you are in the earth. Yeah, you have to have in context. I forgive her for exposing what I did to her. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's the arrogance of me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'd have no story if I didn't give her the storyline.
And what he did to her. And what he did to her. And many people were talking about cheating.
Yeah, I mean, fully aware of who you are in the earth. Yeah, you have to have in context. I forgive her for exposing what I did to her. Mm-hmm. That's the arrogance of me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so if y'all don't know, go look up the story. Y'all know I don't really do a lot of housewife stuff because I don't think they paint these women in a good light. The Bravo celebrity love people that's been in trouble with the law. If they're going through a divorce, if they have poor manners. Bravo TV loved problematic women. So for him to say what he said, because if you don't know, back then Jamal's name was added to a lot of situations, a lot of concerns, a lot was going on in the church. There was different allegations about this and what him and his wife went through, um during their marriage, after the marriage. So now he's sitting on another stage to talk about his ex. You knew once she signed that contract that they would want to talk to you. And I think he liked the platform. It seemed like he liked the platform of being on Bravo with his wife, because it was Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, think about this. When you go back and look at, a lot of the women from Real Housewives of Potomac have had issues, Karen, concerns, the women in regards to altercations, concerns, and then just recently, the Osefos have had concerns in regards to what they've gone through. So some of these reality shows do not paint us African American men and women in a good light. And a lot of people make money off talking about those shows. There's another show, a man that is and was seeking quality time with his wife, even though she was going through chemo. Some of these men don't look in a good light. For him to be a pastor, you should not even be talking about what you went through. You should have been giving your wife all the love and support. You should have been a good husband. There should have never been any situations that should trend to go viral about you and Giselle, but there was. And then the shows in regards to the men and what they're expecting their wives, some of these things that these men are saying. It's almost like, how could you say what you're saying? How could you act the way you're acting? It's almost making some men look bad on some of these reality shows. Just like I was talking about the man who was expecting quality time with his wife when she was going through chemo. He's trending right now in regards to his thoughts, his feelings, and seeking that quality time with the wife and her expectation. He's trended before. Now he's trending again. Sometimes these men are something else. Let's go to another clip. We're talking Jamal. Let's go to Cam Newton. Hold on one second. Let's go to Cam Newton. Because when I show y'all this picture, y'all going to be like, okay, she on one today. Well, sometimes I got to cover it up because Netflix don't like all the certain things. Hold on. Just be patient. I got to cover stuff up. Okay, so right now, let's get to this. Cam Newton is talking to Pastor Bishop T.D. Jakes. Bishop T.D. Jakes have been also trending for the last 2 or 3 years. Go look it up. I'm not going to get into it. Bishop has been trending for the last 2 or 3 years. Go look it up. The different concerns, the different allegations. His daughter stepped in. There's a lot going on. So right now, Cam Newton is speaking with Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're going to have to go to Hollywood Unlocked. And I'm going to play some of it, and I'm going to stop it, play it. Bishop basically asked Cam about his life and what he feels. And Cam is basically saying right here that he likes to test women. He likes to test women. And he likes to tell women to go away, leave me alone. But then he's testing her to see if she's going to come back and show him love and support. These men are something else. There's a lot of great men, but these men that turn on the cameras to make themselves look a certain way. Many people have talked about Cam, the people he bring on their show. After they do the interview, how the interview goes afterwards. Some of these people feel shaded. They feel the questions are shady, and now you have him and him together speaking, and they're gonna dab up because he's going to talk about people also being there for him, supporting him, loving on him, and being tested. So I'm going to play it right around here.
Going off of the Bible's accord, there's a lot of worldly things that have crept into it. So now for me, above all, going back to the most impactful vow, for me, I want to know without a shadow of a doubt, for better or for worse. But don't just walk with me when it's for the betterment of you.
Yeah, I got it.
And that's
I got that part.
As long as people understand that, when you are hurt,
come get me. Come.
I may tell, man, get the hell away.
But don't pay that no attention.
That's a character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then some will say, "Oh, that's toxic. Miss me with that." It's like no.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah. You know, they
When
got
it's
different.
really
Okay. So he wants to play in that, and then women are supposed to really come by you, but then there's going to be a time when you really mean leave me alone, but then she's going to come by and it's like, you don't listen, I told you to leave me alone. Men are something else. Men are something else.
Saying that when you are hurt,
come get me. Come.
I may tell man, get the hell away.
But don't pay that no attention.
That's a character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then some will say, "Oh, that's toxic. Miss me with that." It's like no.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah. You know, they
When
got
it's
different
really
words.
a test.
It's
Will you come get me? It's really a test because your definition of love is proven by you.
Some of us women don't even have time
Get me. It's
for these men and their tests. So I showed you Jamal Bryant. Go look up what's happening in regards to TD Jakes. Go look at what happens in regards to Cam Newton. Let me go back because there was a man that was on Cam Newton's show about a month ago, and there was some type of signal or something he wanted that man to do, and he's like, no, I'm not making that hand signal. That's not me. And you shouldn't ask your other people that you interview with to do that either. In regards to Hollywood, in regards to where you go, you got to be careful who you associate yourself with. Some of the men are something else. And there's a lot of great men out there. This show, I'm not trying to bash, but I just showed y'all a few situations. Jamal Bryant loves to trend and go viral about his outfits, about the relationships, whether he cheated, whether he lied. Jamal Bryant is something else. Just like Cam Newton, something else. But when you go back and listen to Cam Newton's show, he likes to give a platform to people that may not go on other platforms. So it is a platform where you can share your experience, but I just don't like after the interview, then that's trending and going viral about the questions of how he disrespected or you should have knew better. Men need a platform to be able to share their feelings as well. Women should be able to go on his platforms and feel like they can be themselves. But when you have these men that are trying to finagle, act like, play in our faces, he has a woman, they have children, and people often say, why haven't you married her? Why haven't you put a ring on it? She is to act a certain way in speaking about Cam, being with Cam, and how she shows support to Cam. So as we're hearing here, he likes to test. He likes to test the women and he likes to see what's going to transpire. So Cam is something else. I never knew that Cam was something else until after his interviews with Trend, and then it was being concerned. So I'm going to play the last part of it.
see you, baby. I gotta see you.
Wait, let me go back a little bit.
I mean, you call it how I see it, man. My father ain't raised no fool now. And I done got food before. So for me, I need to sit up here and say, like, hey, hold on. I hate to do this to you, baby. But I gotta see you. You know what you got in me. The good. But I really don't know. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's not to say that I can't come along or come around to being that or everybody to understand that. It's like, yo, this journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. But it's lopsided.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
No, I would not want a Cam, but thank you anyways, because I have morals and I have a man and he's a good man. And a lot of our friends, we don't put it with the BS. We don't put it with the test. We love on each other, we support each other, and we're doing the doggone thing. I would not want a Cam. And see, that's the other thing when people get into the comments. I don't play the mind games. I don't deal with men, and my girls don't deal with men that play manipulation. You're not going to go out in the streets and embarrass us. We're good women, smart women, bright women. We hold it down for ourselves. And when we come together with our man, we do the doggone thing. And even with my page, I don't deal with disrespect. You can't be in my comments talking weird, disrespectful. My page is a little different. So no, not want no Cam, because you're not gonna have me having no babies and you out in the streets getting somebody else pregnant and you on your show and you disrespecting women and you're acting disrespectful questions. No. The man I am with or a man I'm with, we are supportive. Cam is something else. Cam is something else. Jamal Bryant is something else. These men are something else. They act like they can walk on water and these women are to service them and they can be disrespectful to them and act like it's okay. And then he's on here acting like this woman, he wants to test her. Most women don't even want to deal with the testing of. He's a grown man, and it's everyone said Cam is playing mind games with these women. Very similar to where he has alleged these broken homes. I don't know how many baby mamas he got, how many children he got, but Cam always acts like he's the perfect person and there's no issues, no problem. And then look at who he's interviewing with. If you know, then you know. Back in the day, Bishop T.D. Jakes was so respected. So respected. It's almost like they hate women. It's almost, you're right. It's almost like they hate women. Back in the day, Bishop T.D. Jakes was so respected. So respected. Many families would go to his church. Many families would go when he would attend different churches and speak. Bishop T.D. Jakes was one of the well-known speakers. And Jamal Bryant. Don't get it twisted. Jamal Bryant used to trend regardless to his speech. People would listen. People would be educated because Jamal Bryant would educate you, give you word. He would give you a lot of scripture. Jamal Bryant was very interesting back in the day. It's not like that now. He's still educating people. He's still a great speaker. But when I bring in these two, Bishop T.D. Jakes and Jamal Bryant, they are one of the well-known speakers of our time, period. There's others that's out there. There's others that's out there. Many of us, I've sat where Bishop T.D. Jakes has spoke. We made sure that we were at that event or that location or this location, as long as it was local based. But back in the day, my father was a minister, so I know my dad respected this man. So when all these allegations were coming about, I was like, wow, how would my dad feel about what's being said about this man? That's why I said about 10 minutes ago, you got to be careful who you associate yourself with, who you're around with, because there's been different stuff that's been said about Diddy. So when we saw Bishop around Diddy, we were like, what's happening? And like he said, he only stopped in for a moment to stop in for the party, and then he left with his team. But when we hear about all that's gone on with Diddy over the last 10, 15 years, and then there's a lawsuit that was put against Mr. T.D. Jakes. And I don't know if there was receipts and proof because it was so long ago. So the different allegations about him, I can't confirm or deny. But when people put your name in certain situations, you have to be careful who you associate yourself with. We would have never thought 15 years ago Bishop T.D. Jakes would be in this position in regards to different things that's being said, different lawsuits thrown out in regards to, I can't even get into about his children. The different comments about his children, his daughter, his son, my goodness, 10 or 15 years ago, we would have never thought. Because if you're going to speak it and give it to the world, you got to give that same thing to your household. We see what he was given to the world. We wish he would have gave that same situation to the household. 15 years ago, we would have never thought things that's being said about Bishop right now. Jamal Bryant, we get it. 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 Because Jamal came in regards to being very educated, very bright, very intelligent. But then we started hearing about his dating situation, his marriage situation, the baby mama situation. We kept hearing things. And it's almost like there are some great, and don't get me wrong, there are some great pastors out there that's not cheating on their wives, that's not being in certain situations, that's not having outside baby mamas, that's not in the back and down in the basements by this prayer area and doing X, Y, and Z. These pastors need to be very careful because right now people are taking their situations and they're suing. Look at the Donnie McClurkin situation. I kid you not. Just wondering where Donnie was. Now Donnie's got allegations about himself. Now Donnie has allegations about himself. I'm wishing and I'm hoping that these pastors do better in regards to serving the community, being a great pastor, and being great to their wives, and not hearing different allegations, because there are a lot of great pastors out there and they're looking at these pastors that have the allegations against them, the lawsuits against them, the touching allegations. Look at who, when you go back, Jamal Bryant took over for Eddie Long. Go back and look at that whole situation and then those allegations. Bishop Eddie Long is no longer here. He was also a powerful, powerful, powerful speaker. And then people would have never thought within the last 5 years of his life, we would have never thought what was going on with Eddie Long. People have to be very, very careful to maintain moral compass, their morals, their standards, and just being good to the wife in the community. If they did just those things, we wouldn't hear that this is going on, that's going on. And it almost makes the church look like, who are you to tell us how to date, how to be, when you are being alleged this and that? So this is very interesting to see these two men, because people really respected Cam in regards to what he brought to football. But then he had the show, and people would, after the show, after the interview, there was a constant back and forth. So Cam might like it. Cam might like that the back and forth goes, because then even if you didn't watch his interviews, because see, I didn't really know Cam had a podcast. I didn't really know Cam was interviewing people. I found out when they were trying to go viral. That's all I knew. And then there would be small clips and small things about what was said and this and da da da. And remember, Cam Newton went back and forth with that one young lady, Mrs. Bryant. Remember that trend and went viral. Now Cam is trending going viral in regards to Natalie Nunn. So I'm wishing some of these men well. Respect your wives, respect your partner, help the community. I think that some of these people like to trend and go viral because celebrities do. Celebrities like to trend and go viral. They like the attention. And I also think that some of these pastors like it too, because now I'm seeing other pastors having their wives stand up in the churches saying, look at my wife. Look how she she looks. And remember, with the Jamal Bryant situation, how that one pastor said that Jamal has his wife looking like a $2 HO. These pastors know what's going on, and some of them are doing what they're doing, maybe to bring people into the church. Think about remember how 2 months ago, remember how Mr. Winans, the woman was giving her tithe, and he had said something to the woman, and he said, that's not what I said. And it's almost like she got into the wrong mind, or she got up there early. And then you've seen Tyler Perry give Pastor Winans money. He almost rewarded the bad behavior of what he did to that woman, and what she brought the tithe. And she had a child next to her. She brought the child, and Pastor Winans was like, you didn't listen. And she was like, well, if I need to bring up more money, I'll bring up more money. And he's like, that's not what I told you to do. And people were like, what? Take the offering and be quiet. Now, the one thing I will say in regards to Jamal Bryant, he does do a lot for the community. He does. He feeds the community. He tries to help the community. Even when there was the food stamp situation, Jamal Bryant did try and help the community, and they gave out a lot of food. But there's a lot that's going on in regards to men, their podcasts, how they try and play in people's faces. We're not fooled by this. Cam is something else. So if you're just not coming in, I'll let y'all listen a little bit.
Worldly things that have crept into it. So now for me, above all, going back to the most impactful vow, for me, I want to know without a shadow of a doubt, for better or for worse. But don't just walk.
Some men, you have to have your own situation going on. You either have to be a businesswoman, you got to have your own money. When a man thinks that he's the only breadwinner, he'll play in your face. Women, have your own. Have your own money, have your own work situation, have your own home, have your own cars. Don't make the man where he could just walk away. Because you got to remember, a lot of times people are with coworkers more than they're with their spouse. So you got to be very careful to protect yourself. Cam Newton is something else, and he play in y'all face. He don't play in mine. I be really listening to what he be saying.
For better or for worse. But don't just walk with me when it's for the betterment of you.
Yeah, I got it.
And that's
I got that
and
part.
as long as people understand that, when you are hurt,
come get me. Come.
I may tell man, get the hell away.
But don't pay that no attention.
That's the character. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then some will say, "Oh, that's toxic." Miss me with that. It's like no.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah. You know, they
When
got
it's
different
really
words.
a test.
It's
Will you come get me? It's really a test because your definition of love is proven by the other person coming to get you, and that way you don't have to worry about abandonment.
checkmate.
I got you.
I take you through these courses just to see. I want it. This is the only way I can find out.
Yeah.
Take you through the courses.
Abandonment.
Checkmate.
I got you.
I take you through these courses just to see. I want it. This is the only way I can find out.
Yeah.
I mean, you call it how I see it, man. My father ain't raised no fool now.
Mm-hmm.
And I done got food before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have you ever been swallowed? That right there had everybody cracking up. And see, some women will go through this and deal with Cam and his ways and being tested and focus on me and assist me and love on me and make sure my clothes is folded. Make sure the food is hot. Make sure, man, stop playing. A relationship, 50-50, love on me, I love on you. Respect me, I'll respect you. Who has time for all this?
Get me. It's really a test because your definition of love is proven by the other person coming to get you, and that way you don't have to worry about abandonment.
Checkmate.
I got you.
I take you through these courses just to see. I want it. This is the only way I can find out.
Yeah.
I mean, you call it how I see it, man. My father ain't raised no fool now.
Mm-hmm.
And I done got food before.
Mm-hmm.
And some women really will put up with his BS. Women, if your man is I'm not saying Cam is narcissistic. I'm not saying, let's get the likes up, y'all. 244 in the building, 12 likes. Let's get the likes up. Please, let's get the likes up. And some women will say, he's rich. I'm going to do what I got to do to be by his side. Some women will say, go on with that. Ain't nobody got time to be tested. And some men will test you to see if you will stay. Ain't nobody got time for that. Some women will stay through this BS. And his girl, go look her up. She's trended. She's gone viral. They have children together. Cam is something else. Women, if you're dealing with this, my prayers are with you. Some women have to deal with it because some women are scared to leave. They raise their children because he wants them to stay at home. Because you do, and this is the other thing too, you do have to be careful where you put your children. And the daycare centers and family members watching your children, you do have to be very careful where you put your children nowadays. There are some weirdos, weird places, weird thoughts going on. You do have to be careful. So if you're with a spouse that love and support you, you're to stay home with the children. It is what it is. You can work from home. You can just make sure you are where you need to be. Yes, hit that like button, y'all. I came on just for a little while to do a video. I didn't go live yesterday. I was off 4 days. This is a celebration month, so I'm here so I could just do a video. But I hope y'all appreciate it. We talked about Jamal Bryant, we talked about Cam Newton, and we talked about Bishop. If you're just not coming in, I'm about to show y'all the Jamal Bryant one again. Hold on 1 second. Because Jamal Bryant...
Get me. It's really a test.
Jamal Bryant is saying Giselle probably wouldn't have had a storyline if it wasn't for him. We talked about the dress, though. They are on Tamron Hall show, and she's talking about how educated she is. She knew she was going to go trend and go viral. They weren't inside, because people probably don't know. They weren't at the church. They were at, I think, some people are saying they were at an event for this, when she wore this dress. I don't think she wore the dress at the church. But will Jamal be okay if women start coming to the church? with a similar dress and have all the men looking? Possibly. She's bright, she's educated. And then this is the other thing. People need to stop talking about brown skin, light skin. I was watching a young girl, beautiful dark skinned girl. She was shading her, talking about, oh, she's Asian. She looks horrible. This woman is a beautiful black woman. I don't like when women shade other women because you're stop pinning the skin color against us. Stop it. It's so weird. And I've often heard her shade light skinned women. I've often heard her shade light skinned women. This woman is beautiful. She carries herself really well and she's educated. So when she started talking about, oh, she's starting to age, da 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 da, I started realizing that young girl who is dark skinned loves shading black women no matter what. You're light skinned, she gonna shade you. And I was like, dang, girl, you smarter than that. Don't shade dark skinned women. Don't shade light skinned women. Don't shade people at all. And I've heard her do it 2 or 3 times. And it's like, why? And then it was kind of like, I ain't going to go into that because y'all might figure out who it is. But here nor there. Don't shade women. She's bright. She's educated. She decided to wear the dress. Giselle brought it for her. It was her choice to wear it. It was at an event. She could have put the um, black covering underneath, but she chose the flesh, which she would know that using the flesh would make it seem like it's almost like lingerie when you really think about it, and almost really look like almost lingerie. Beautiful dress. She made a choice. They're trending. You better believe they'll trend about something else here. But don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. He do a lot for the community. But Jamal Bryant likes to trend. Jamal Bryant loves to trend. He loves to trend. He loves to go viral. So I'm gonna play this clip from here of her speaking about the dress and how she's educated and she made a choice. So I'm gonna play it here.
To go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir. People have said, oh, she knew it would get attention. My ego is not that big. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband.
Who cares? This is what YouTube is. It's a conversational piece. If you don't care, go on your show and you can talk about whatever you want, politics, whatever. Why are you here typing in my comments? Be kind, be considerate, or exit. Weird stuff. We're talking. Hello. This is what YouTube is.
I'm a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I have a doctorate. I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do. And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be. But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. And once I happened to marry a pastor, I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right? And so with that came the title of First Lady. But there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title. You have.
So now we're gonna go into what Jamal said on the pulpit. Hold on, let me see.
Institutionalized and cloaked under spirituality. Today, if a man falls out at the altar, you will let him lay there. But if a woman lays out at the altar, you'll pull out more sheets than Bed Bath and Beyond.
Pastor Jamal Bryant stepped into the new year and into fire with a sermon that has the internet split straight down.
Institutionalized.
So he wanted the trend to go viral. So let me play you another clip of Jamal talking. Hold on. Jamal's something else. He likes to trend and go viral. He likes to trend and go viral. Hold on. Like the videos y'all come in. Like the videos y'all come in. Okay.
How did you forgive her?
Forgive
after, your ex-wife when she went on to a public stage?
Yeah.
I mean, fully aware of who you are in the earth.
Yeah, you have to have in context. I forgive her for what I did to her. Mm-hmm. That's the against of me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'd had no story if I didn't give her the storyline.
My ex-wife said she didn't divorce me because of infidelity. She divorced me because of my arrogance after the infidelity.
So he likes to trend and go viral. That's very clear. Now he's talking about Giselle. Great show, great podcast, whatever. Jamal Bryant likes to trend and go viral. It's very clear. It is what it is. He would rather for things to be focused on other things. He was trending and going viral for a lot last year, and people were questioning him as a person, his morals, whatever. Now he's trending going viral for his wife wearing the dress. He likes to go trending viral. Just look at his clothes. Did y'all realize Jamal Bryant went on Cam Newton's show and he was talking about Cam Newton's legs? Did y'all see that? He was talking about how he put shea butter or whatever that they're shining. Cam Newton outfit that day was very interesting. Go look up Jamal Bryant, Cam Newton's interview. Very interesting. These men are doing a lot to trend and go viral. They're saying a lot to trend and go viral. Their disrespect to women is unbelievable. The disregard to their marriage is unbelievable. The lying, the cheating, the disregard to their children and what their children will hear is very interesting. It's kind of sad in a way. It's kind of sad in a way. But there is, and I will say it again, there's a lot of great pastors that are out there that are not cheating on their wives. They're taking care of their children. They care about what their children hear about their mothers and fathers in regards to them having a church. There are a lot of great churches out there. They help the community. They assist the community. And there's a lot of great pastors out there. It's unfortunate that we're seeing different pastors trend go viral for the things that they're trending and going viral for. It's kind of sad because guess what? People are not running to the church house like they used to because of this foolery. You better believe that. After what happened in regards to the world, because people couldn't go into the building, they were listening to things online. A lot of us grew up going to church Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. But this kind of stuff, the lying, the cheating, the wearing the dress, then shading people. That's the other thing. Jamal Bryant was trying to shade people and saying, just because y'all don't have a bad body like her, you know, you couldn't wear it. And he's like, the old times, old times. It's almost like you get applauded for looking like a Aunt your mama. Hold on. No, hold on. Yeah, so Jamal Bryant was trying to shade people for how they were looking. Did y'all catch that? Hold on one second.
Hey, Dr. Day, is
Hold
it
on.
too late to fix my wrinkles and sagging skin? Of course it's not too late.
Hold on. So Jamal is trending for a lot right now. And many people are saying that how he is acting, he wants the attention. And it's very clear. And this pastor called his wife what he called her. So let me see if it's right.
I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me. I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
Did y'all hear when he said he wants to run home to a beautiful wife? I'm trying to remember what I got the clip, but he's something else. It is what it is. Pastor Jamal Bryant and some of these pastors love to hold on.
I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
But the biggest thing is a woman should present herself in a certain way when they go out. Hold on one second. She has a beautiful body. You can't deny that. She's in shape. So maybe she likes things that's fitted. It is what it is. And she's educated. So she's not gonna let people play with her. She's not gonna let people play with her. And she's not gonna let people play in and expecting her to dress like they do. She's gonna, and from here on out, she might do more stuff to trend and go viral. You got to realize some of these celebrities, some of these let me see. Let me see if that's the picture. Jamal likes to turn and go viral. That's what I'll say. And some of the stuff that she's worn in the past, because I'm seeing a beautiful white dress, some of the stuff she's worn in the past haven't been as questionable as that. It could have been a um, black inside, but it was flush. She wanted that.
I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When you walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself.
Did y'all know he said that?
Shake it fast, watch yourself. If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booker in and find you somebody that Negro can talk about. How did you
See? If you don't have somebody that people can talk about, trade her in and find somebody that men will talk about. He said it. I didn't. Baby, I can't make this up.
Nobody that you excited about, trade that booker in and find you somebody that Negro can talk about. How did you bag that?
How'd you bag that? So he likes that men like who he has on his arm. How did you bag that? The mentality of. Let's continue.
That Negro can talk about. How did you bag that? Let me say to you, I'm a public servant. I've been a public servant my whole life. I don't mind, nor am I offended, nor am I moved if you talk about me. Have at it. But you ain't gonna talk about my wife. I wanted a wife I would run.
I'm gonna play it again. He's something else. He just told you who he was.
Home to that I wanted to be excited to see. When we went in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself.
Now, when the person that made that song, people were talking about who made that song. Shake it fast, watch yourself. Go look it up who made that song. Very interesting that he would use that title.
If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booker in and find you some.
So now he's preaching divorce. If you're not happy with who you're with, divorce her and get you somebody that everybody will talk about. So now he's preaching divorce. The woman you with, the woman you may have children by. I told y'all some of these pastors are something else. He didn't used to be this way. He was very bright, intelligent, and people would run to listen to him. Yes, he did not used to be this way. I don't know what happened. I don't know when he changed, but my goodness, I don't know what happened.
That you excited about, trade that booker in and find you somebody that Negro can talk about. How did you?
So you want men to flaunt over and ooh and all about your wife. That's what we're doing now. Trade it in. You should find somebody that men will talk about.
Can talk about. How did that Negro can talk about? How did you bag that?
Still the street talk. That's how men in the street talk about. How'd you bag that? How'd you get her? Why's she fooling with you? That's that street talk, y'all.
How did you bag that?
He is preaching lust and divorce. Yes, he is. If you don't have a bad mama jamma sitting, could you imagine? Think about it. Could you imagine the people that are sitting in there with their spouses? And if a woman is just gorgeous inside out and she dressed modest, could you imagine that woman that dresses modest for herself and her husband, hearing him say, if you're not getting compliments from your boys, get rid of her and get a divorce and find you a bad one? Huh! Could you imagine the women and the men that's sitting there listening to that?
Negro can talk about. How Get your bag back. Let me say to you, I'm a public servant. I've been a public servant my whole life. I don't mind, nor am I offended, nor am I moved if you talk about me. Have at it. But you ain't gonna talk about my wife.
And she's standing there smiling. Whew, I didn't know what the show was going to be like today, but I'm glad we covered it. So go over and check out Jamal Bryant, this interview. Jamal Bryant, Tamron Hall. Go check out TD Jakes and Cam Newton. Some of these men, when we look at them 10 or 15 years ago, respected. And it's okay for people to have a different of opinion. My show's different. It's okay for people to have a different opinion. But when you started talking the way you talking, acting the way you acting, I am so glad I saw this clip because I didn't even know he said that. I didn't even know. I'm telling you, my show's a little different. Sometimes these clips fall into my hands. And if they don't fall into my hands while I'm live, they will fall into my hands when I do shorts. My shorts are very interesting. Some shorts I can't even post. Some shorts I can't even post. Cause it's like, wow, people aren't even talking about that. Should I do that short? Should I do that? But yeah, that's what YouTube is. Kind of a learning situation. We come over here, we talk. So men and women, we do both sides. Respect your partner, respect your children enough to love on your partner. Try not to break up your family trying to find another woman that men can ooh and ah over. Try and be there for your family. If you made the commitment to marry her, be with her, love on her, respect her, and just take care of your family. That's what he should be saying. Don't break up. He wants families broke up. He wants these men to find a different baddie and break up a family. What are we talking about here, y'all? So I'm wishing everyone well. I hope you go to a church that supports you, supports your family. They're doing a lot in the community. I hope that's what you have. Because if you don't, that's up to you to stay in it. And I hope the church you go to, they're not judgmental, they're not critical. It's not being talked about this pastor's cheating on his wife and this is going on and other stuff is going on. I hope you're at a church where you get peace. Really. I have to be different because I wish y'all well in situations. I wish you have a situation and a pastor that you respect. And what being talked about regarding him is not the worldly stuff. He's helping, he's there for his children and his wife. I hope that's what you have. Real talk. Not all churches are bad. Not all churches are bad. But there are some that are not being painted in a good light and they're in the forefront of showing what some churches do. So I hope you have what you need. I hope you get what you need, the word you need. You tithe how you need to tithe, but make sure you always paying your bills. Because back in the day, some of our parents were struggling trying to tithe and they needed help with bills or they needed help burying or they needed help, you know, for food. And sometimes there's highs and lows in jobs. You have companies that give you overtime. You have companies that don't give you overtime. So I hope your parents didn't go through where mama and daddy was tithing and your clothes was looking like XYZ and you were being joked about, bullied in school. So I hope you had a great childhood where your parents did the best they could and they did how they could and y'all was in healthy situations. My dad didn't play. My mom didn't play about our outfits, our hair, going to church. They paid what they could, but my daddy made sure the house was taken care of. My mom looked how beautiful. She had the right kind of outfits and she took care of us and we were in healthy spaces. I hope that's what y'all had. But man, oh man, if my daddy heard or there was a situation, my daddy had no problem leaving that church and going to another one. And then there was a situation where, don't want to get into that, but I hope you had a good situation in regards to your church. For real. For real. Because there are some good churches out there and there's some situations like this. He likes to trend to go viral. We can see that from his clothes. And his daughters, like I said, if you're just not coming in, he had an interview with his daughters. Let's get the likes up, you guys. 199 in the building. The likes should match the views. Let's get the likes up. I hope people have subscribed too. I hope people have hit the subscribe button. Go back and look at the interview in regards to Jamal Bryant and his daughters. It's very interesting how the daughters saw him as a dad, his new relationship, and it'll tell more about Jamal. I was surprised that I listened to most of that interview regarding him and his daughters. If you did not know, Jamal Bryant was married to Giselle Bryant, and there's a lot of information about their relationship. It is what it is. I hope everyone is in a healthy relationship, healthy situation. Real talk. This clip right here, wow. I gotta say that because I didn't know. I'm gonna play it again. Boom.
Wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself. If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booker in and find you somebody that Negro can talk about. Huh?
So, you know how some people go in for counseling and spiritual guidance? I hope the men are not going in, and I'm wondering if women are going to speak up that my husband divorced me after going to this church. My husband left me after going to this church. Um, we used to get along, but then we went to this church and now we're divorced. I'm hoping that when they're going in for counseling, I hope this is not what he's teaching them.
About trade that booker in and find you somebody that Negro can talk about. How did you bag that? Let me say to you, I'm a public servant. I've been a public servant my whole life. I don't mind, nor am I offended, nor am I moved if you talk about me. Have at it. But you ain't gonna talk about my wife. I wanted a...
And it's interesting how before he married her, go look that up too. Yes, he has children. He has three older daughters. And I don't know if he has others outside of the three older daughters. He has there's twins and then there's an older daughter with Giselle. Yeah, but I don't know. But there's talks out there if he has more than the three. But he had his older daughters on his show about a week and a half ago. So I'm wondering how his daughters feel about his daddy talking like that. Trade her in, get rid of, find somebody that men are going to be oohing on over. That's so street talk. That's the really worldly. It is what it is. He's a different type. 15, 20 years ago, he did not sound like this, but he's found an avenue of how he can trend and go viral. He has found it. It is what it is. Look at how you talk about Giselle. Without him being on the show, he basically feel like she wouldn't even have a storyline. These men are something else. But it is what it is. Don't get me wrong. There are some great men out there. Don't think that my show, I'm downing men, I'm degrading. No, there's some great men out there that loves their spouses, respect their spouses, because guess what? The mama and daddy don't play. So he's scared to do something stupid to that daughter. You understand what I'm saying? There's some fathers that's out there. You're not going to play with my daughter's head. You're not going to embarrass her. You're not going to embarrass these children. You're going to be respectful in these streets, or do not put a ring on my daughter's fingers. There are fathers that were out there talking to these men about being respectful. Some of that has been lost. But I hope you have a brother, an uncle that's still talking to these men about respect, about kindness, and not embarrassing the family. Some of these men are something else. They like it. They want to trend. They want to trend. They want to trend. They want to go viral. They want to go viral. But here nor there, believe it or not, someone had called and someone needs help and assistance. I don't want to go because this is my chill month. I don't want to go. I don't want to help, but I'm going to help. I'm going to assist. And I'm going to make it very clear that this is my celebration month and it's about what I want to do. I help people a lot of times in the month. Normally, in December, January, I make time for myself. I spoil myself, and my partner spoils me, and we do a lot of good stuff together. But I will do what I need to do to just, enjoy it. So I'm going to pop in and out, y'all. I was debating whether to click that live button today, but I'm glad I did. Very interesting about Jamal, his wife. Very interesting about TD Jakes. Very interesting about Cam. Very interesting. It's interesting. So I have to get out of here soon. But I'm glad I went live. Like the video, y'all. 163 in the building. I know y'all was like, dang, dang. So sometimes the clips just fall into my lap. You know, for a little while I was talking politics. Thank you. God bless you as well. For a little bit, 2 months ago I was talking politics. Then the Erica and Candace thing happened. Candace is back. She is talking about what she's talking about. I will debate whether I'll cover some of that. Some people are calling Candace out for some of the things she's saying. Will Erica pay attention to the deep dives that Candace is doing? Will Erica respond? Because Candace is not the police. She's not the investigators. She's not gathering information for them. So Candace is doing what she's doing on her own accord. So many people are calling Erica Kirk out. If y'all haven't paid attention to my shorts, go back and look at. Charlie Kirk talked about he was happy that Donald Trump won because of what Biden was ready to do to Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk said Biden was ready to put him in jail. Go look at that short. Some of my shorts are very interesting. And I was talking about it, and I had that clip a long time ago. I had that clip about Charlie Kirk talking about Trump and Biden a while ago, but then I found it again. So it's very interesting about the Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk situation. It's very interesting how these men are portraying themselves. Younger men, be good to your spouse, your girlfriend, be good to them. And do the best you can. If you don't feel that you can give her all that you can, maybe take a break and come back to her, do whatever you can. But here nor there, y'all. I wish y'all well. I hope y'all enjoying the new year. Make a resolution if you want. All you could do is just be a better you. Don't let nobody tell you you gotta do it, you gotta do this, do what makes you happy. Real talk. Do what makes you happy. This is your life. Life is short. Do what makes you happy as long as you have peace. Yes. So I'm glad I did go live. I didn't go live yesterday. I had an amazing day yesterday. So I just couldn't hit that button, y'all. I just couldn't do it. So copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Oh, there's one more thing we're going to talk about. It's being reported that I think Kim has deactivated North's Instagram, which makes sense. I'm gonna see if I can find it through Hollywood Unlocked. It's being reported that I think they have deactivated North's Instagram. Many people were wondering how she was able to even have an Instagram at her age. I don't see it. Hold on. I did cover it up, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if Neighbor Shader has it. I think they have deactivated her account because it might have been that there was weirdos on there commenting. If I can't find it, I can't find it. But it is being reported that North's Instagram has been taken down. Which makes sense. Here it is. Okay, so I'm not going to play the clip, but it is being reported that North's Instagram has been taken down. Let's see, Northwest Clip Bag, TikTok. Who called best year? Okay, so we understand that Kim is something else. Kim is putting these children in media, and they're being conversated about. Kim is putting the children in media, and they're being talked about. Kim needs to stop putting the children in media. because putting the children in media is not giving them privacy. She wants them to trend. She wants to go viral. So now Kanye allegedly has stepped back in. I'm glad it's a little blurry. Kanye allegedly has stepped back in. He's trying to help. He came around for the holidays. But you got to remember Kanye's documentary when Kanye said to Chris, did you have something to do with my mental? And Chris said yes. So Kanye might have needed space from the whole family. Kim likes that North is trending going viral. She loves it. Why aren't the Kardashians protecting the younger generation from media conversation clips and views? The Kardashians love to trend and go viral. Wishing North well. She's a beautiful girl, smart, intelligent, bright. The things that Kanye has said is concerning. How he dresses his wife, concerning. Kim putting North in media, concerning. This is the other thing that we've noticed about Kim. Kim likes to do something, snatch it, and say, oh, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. She likes to do that on purpose. Look at how she portrays North on the show. Showing North eating an onion, showing North slapping her friends on the face, being joyful. But look at how Kim portrays North and the children on the media. Wishing them well as they are a part of Kardashians/West. I can't confirm or deny if Kim's going to change the children's name from West to Kardashian, but Chris loves it too. Chris loves it too. Chris loves that North trends and go viral. But Kim needs to be very careful because there's weirdos out there. There's weirdos out there. She's 12. She just turned 12. She's not even a teen yet. Kim wants her to grow up so fast. Kim wants her to grow up so fast. Look at how she's dressed her. Similar outfits, in grown outfits, and sometimes in male outfits or larger size outfits. Kim knows what she's doing. She wants her daughter to have a presence on media because she's wishing she could have had this same situation for herself when she was younger. Well wishes to North. She's a beautiful, bright girl. It has everything to do with Kanye and Kim. Now we've noticed, if you don't notice, I've noticed, Kim has now given North this platform to trend and go viral. Now she's trying to bring the younger children into it. Her son being on the show. She didn't pass the bar. Her son is hugging his mom. So remember how he's concerned about the younger children being on media? And Kim has done that with North. And we're hoping she won't do that with the son and the younger children. But it's going to be what it's going to be. Well wishes to the children. We're keeping an eye on. And guess what? I'm going to stop giving them tips because it seems as if either people are making clips on what I'm saying and the Kardashians are somewhat doing that. I can make a whole video on some things I said and they've done that, or they'll try and do that, or Chris will say this and they'll try it. There's so many healthy, unhealthy situations going on here. Kylie, Timothy. Is Timothy even around Kylie's children? Is he going to be a great stepdad, or is Kylie and Timothy just hanging around? Then you have the Kim and Kanye situation, so concerning. Then you have the Khloe and the Tristan situation, so concerning. Then you have the Kourtney and the Scott situation, so concerning. And then you have Kourtney buying Alabama outfits for Christmas, so concerning. It is what it is. Well wishes to them. Well wishes to them. But if they were a different culture and race, people would be dragging down the street and back up and down the street. Yeah, she's possibly talking about changing the names from West to the Kardashian. And maybe that's when Kanye said, oh no, it's possible. It's being alleged that she's talking about it. Because remember when she sat with the girls and she was like, if Rob don't have any more children, how would the Kardashian names continue? Y'all remember when she sat with her sisters and she said, if Rob don't have more children, how would the Kardashian name continue? So she might change it because of Kanye. Kanye been doing some interesting stuff over the last 5 years. The Kanye 10, 15 years ago is not the same Kanye for the last 5 years. Well wishes to Kanye, but look how he dresses his wife. Some of those kids don't need to see what Kanye's wife is wearing. So these celebrities are something else. These celebrities need to be careful because they need to protect their children's privacy. We're talking about it because Kim wants to put North on. With the face, with the hair, Kim wants to put her on. And at what point is she going to give her privacy? It don't seem like she wants it. Now, it's like I said, it's being reported that They have taken her Instagram down, and it might be because Kim saw the comments that weirdos were making about her daughter. They state you can't even have an Instagram unless you're a certain age. So they're stating the age that she was at, she shouldn't have had the Instagram anyway. So well wishes to North. It's not about North. She's a beautiful girl. It's all about the Kardashians, the PR stunts, the unhealthy relationships, baby mama drama, how the men were and how they are now. Go look at Kanye West, Ray J. My goodness. Kanye West, Ray J. Kanye West, Ray J, Lamar Odom. My goodness. Kanye West, Ray J, Lamar Odom, Travis Scott, Scott Disick, Tristan. My goodness. The choices that they've made, hopefully the younger generation for the Kardashians will make better choices. Okay. All right, everyone. I have to go take care of this thing with a friend. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Like I said, I didn't go live yesterday. I always will try and do my shorts at 8, 9, 10. I will always try and do my shorts 8, 9, 10. If I can't do 8, 9, 10, because me and my bae is out, I will try and do the shorts around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I didn't know it was going to go like this, but it fell into my lap. So well wishes to North, wishing her well. The Instagram's been taken down. We'll see. And like I said, Kim likes to do stuff, then she'll pull it back. Go look at the Ice Spice situation. Go look at the Ice Spice situation. How she had her hair, the outfit. Who are we? All right, you guys, be well. And then Chris loves it too. Because I had said, how is Chris allowing it? Then Chris popped up in a video. They may not be watching me. They may be watching other people that's taking my talking points, which she has done that before. She'll take my talking points to try and make it her own. But yeah, these Kardashians are something else. And now they're trying to bring the children up to help sell products, be in the media. They love media attention. Well wishes to North. She has Kanye as the father and she has Kim as the mother. So well wishes to North. Kim is putting her in media. It would be great if the Kardashians can let the children have more privacy and not put them in media. But I don't know if we're going to have that happen. So well wishes. Thanks for being here, everyone. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Have a great day, everyone.